it's exactly what I really wanted to do. And by the grace of my good heart, I made this review for you guys because I really wanted to tune out of Raw. I was in and out. I was watching Raw and I wasn't watching Raw. There were some things I had interest in and some things I didn't. Just like SummerSlam. There's some things I have interest in, and there's some things that I'm like, whatever. What's next, you know? It's one of those things. And this Raw was just a mixed bag of different emotions of like what I thought of the whole show. And August 3rd, 2015 was the date of this Raw. But first off, I want to, send out my heart, my heart. I don't want to send my heart, but I want to send out my thoughts and prayers and my condolences to Roddy Piper's family and stuff. It's sad to think that he passed away at 61. That's pretty young, you know. And I think that it was very unexpected. I was not expecting Roddy Piper to die this year. And unfortunately, he passed away. And it's sad that we lost Dusty Rhodes and we lost Roddy Piper, two of the greatest talkers that there's ever been in pro wrestling. And it's really sad. But hashtag R.I.P. Hot Rod, rest in peace, Roddy. And so that's all I really wanted to say. I didn't want to make a separate video about it because I just think it's kind of selfish to talk about, death in a certain video and try to get views off of it. And I don't make any money from my videos in any way. But it's just kind of like some people just do it just because it's one of those things. Some people try to do it for news and reports, and some people do it for the wrong reasons. And it's not always the best thing to do. But nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and get into our Raw review. Seth Rollins came out doing his same old shtick that he's been doing. The champion that survives, the champion that makes it through everything, the champion who's a heel, he gets through this battle, now he's got this to do next. So he kept alluding to the fact that he broke Cena's nose. We saw videos and photos of it throughout the whole segment. Rollins had a different parody shirt like Daniel Bryan did in 2013, but this time it said, you can't see knee, because of the knee that, broke Cena's nose. And Cena was not here tonight, which that definitely helped the build out. Helped the build up, actually. And then, so Seth Rollins just kept talking. He says he's going to do his WWE World Championship Open Challenge because whatever Cena can do, he can do better. And he issued a challenge for Cena, title for title. And I'm like, are we really doing this, WWE? Are we really doing title for title? I could see they dropped the champion, have Cena drop the title to Owens in a U.S. Open Challenge on Raw. With, distraction by Rollins, obviously. It doesn't have to be clean because everybody always knows that whatever they do clean, on the behalf of somebody else against Cena, it's not going to be good. That's what they all think. They all think the WWE Network subscriptions are going to be canceled. Kids are going to be outraged if Cena loses clean. But that's what they're going to do. And they actually went down that route, which would be better, and they could have Owens versus Cesaro feud with the United States Championship and bring back the credibility. But I guess we're doing the whole title for title things, and it's whatever. Rollins is losing. I don't have any doubt in my mind. There's not going to be one of those no contest things. It's going to be where Sheamus cashes in. But if that's the case, Cena's still the U.S. champion, right? If Cena wins and Sheamus cashes in after the match, that means Cena is still the champion, U.S. champion at that, and the WWE champion is now Sheamus, so Cena's still the United States champion? What? I don't know how the dynamics of that worked, or was Sheamus cash in and he's thinking he needs both the championships, but it is the WWE World Championship contract briefcase. It's not for the U.S. title. I'm sure we'll get some lame BS leading to Cena. Oh, Cena never lost the U.S. Championship, or this, that, and the other, but we'll see. And Rollins issued another challenge, and that person had to be under 6 feet tall and 200 pounds. And if Daniel Bryan was healthy, that is the logical choice, because the man is like 5'10", Bryan's like 190-something pounds, and he's just a good choice for that thing. And you could branch off on a Rollins and Bryan feud down the line, but they went with Neville, who's bland, and I don't have any interest in Neville. And they had a match, a good match, really hot towards the end with the crowd. I knew that it was going to be one of those things where, like, Neville would get the 3 count, but he wouldn't win the title. Like, I thought they were just going to take it away from him after the match, or possibly, but, they wouldn't have him go over clean. So they had the whole ropes thing, and I was fine with that. Rollins wins, but Rollins looked extremely weak in this match. Neville went over really strong, but Rollins looked really weak, like he has since, I don't know, March, maybe a little bit at the beginning of April. But nonetheless, Rollins retains, whatever. 8-man tag team match, Lucha Dragons and the Los Matadors versus the New Day and the Ascension. PTP were out on commentary, so I'm assuming we're getting a tag team turmoil. Ascension, New Day, Los Matadors, Lucha Dragons, PTP. Maybe they might add, Axel and Sandow in there. I'm not sure, but if you keep it at 5, that's perfectly fine. New Day, the heels get the win here. I'm fine with it. Hopefully the New Day get the championship for the Lucha Dragons because those are the only teams I really have interest in. And the PTP are good too, but not right now. They don't need to be champions. Now we get the Bella Twins versus Becky Lynch and Charlotte. Becky Lynch and Charlotte, Standard Divas tag team match, but Charlotte got the figure 4. Pretty good. It did get a commercial, which was pretty cool to see. The Divas normally don't get commercials, but as we've seen lately, they have, so there's that. Once again, they're really booking Charlotte, Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, and really strong the 3 NXT Divas, which they should, but it's gonna be interesting to see how they book after this Revolution thing is over, or if it even is going to end. But speaking of something really shocking, even though we weren't speaking of anything shocking whatsoever, I just thought it'd be a pretty cool segue. And nonetheless, we had Miz TV with Kevin Owens and Cesaro. I saw it pop on the screen. I was like, are they really actually giving build up to a mid-card feud? You normally never see that. It's the championship, the mid-card championship, tag team belt, a little feud. It's kind of the upper mid-card thing, and then there's just some random strung-up feuds that no one really cares about. And they actually gave some insight to Kevin Owens and Cesaro. And we're going to get this match at SummerSlam, and it's going to be pretty cool. I'm really looking forward to it. I don't know if it's going to be awesome. I don't know how much time they're going to give it to him. Miz is out there, talking about Roddy Piper. Owens was out there, and Cesaro was out there. And Cesaro needs to work on the microphone, but it was passable. The segment was okay. It ended up in a little squabble, a little brawl, a quarrel. Owens, almost got caught in a Cesaro swing, and they had a little physicality, but they didn't touch, fully when it became to, a huge, wild brawl or something like that. It was really good, and I liked that. And Cesaro stood tall, and Owens, once again, Owens walk. I don't know who's going over at SummerSlam. I don't know who you have go over. I'd honestly have Kevin Owens go over, and then you could do, because you need Owens to win a Big 4 pay-per-view, then have Cesaro go over at Night of Champions or something and win the U.S. title from Cena. I have no idea what they're doing, to be honest with you. The whole title versus title thing is really messing me up because I think Cesaro should be U.S. champion. Rusev versus Mark Henry. Rusev won. Moving on, I was expecting a Dolph Ziggler return. Probably next week that's going to happen. Then we have the Wyatt family and Sheamus promo. And talk about awkward. Normally the Wyatt promos are from some discreet parts unknown location. But Sheamus came in, I was like, oh God, why? When I heard the knock, I thought it was a new member because, you had 3 guys in there, and I heard, is it Leo Kruger? Is it Bo Dallas? Is it someone along the lines of that? And no, it wasn't. It was Sheamus. Can you imagine how disappointing I felt? How disappointed I was just sitting there yes, new member of the Wyatt family. Now we got a 6-man tag set up for SummerSlam eventually. But no, we didn't get that. But again, whatever. King Barrett versus Zack Ryder. King Barrett wins. I've said this before in reviews. They'll do this crap with King Barrett. They have him go a little winning streak. They might even put the icy strap on him. Who knows? But it won't go anywhere, and he'll either get injured or they just won't care anymore. And they don't care about King Barrett now. They just said, put him on Raw. Brock Lesnar Paul Heyman promo. So, let me get this straight. They paid Brock probably 6 figures tonight to show up on Raw just to stand on some steel steps in the middle of the ring and do nothing but this. What? Are you serious? Let's be real here, guys. The first week, I even called it. I don't think I said it in my review. Sorry, guys, I yawned, but they're probably going to be the only time we get physicality. Probably either that or the first, or the last, the go-home show, pretty much. Okay, Brock is there. Paul Heyman's cutting his promo. It's just the same stuff, different day. And people are going to be like, oh, Paul Heyman cut a tremendous promo. Paul Heyman is the best. No, it's the same crap over and over again. And don't be like, oh, well, he's facing The Undertaker. It's completely different. I don't know what you're saying, Cobra 146. No! He's saying the same stuff. Oh, he's my beast. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. Whatever. You're saying the same recycled BS, Paul Heyman, over and over again. It gets old. It gets tiring. And Brock just stood there and his music played. Like, I think the crowd, it seemed like to me, the way I kind of got from this segment was like, when Brock came out after Paul Heyman was talking, it was like it wasn't like, oh, Brock's coming out, like when he came out when he was confronting Seth Rollins, or when he was, doing the stuff with Undertaker. It wasn't like, oh, yeah, it was more like, and it's stupid how they booked Brock Lesnar like that. I kind of caught it, actually, last week. I was like, oh, they're probably just going to have Brock show up. Don't say a word. But, I was right. Next week, they'll probably have Undertaker come out. No, they won't. They won't have neither of those guys. Then they'll have the go-home show, right? And then they'll have both guys on there. And the internet will love this. And they'll think it's great. And then they've only been, 2 out of the 5 weeks they've actually had physicality, or, like, face-to-face, man-to-man, nose-to-nose, mano-a-mano. I don't know. I really don't know. But then, after this, we had Paige and Naomi. Paige won. That yawn was so on time, because it's exactly how I feel every time I see Paige wrestle. And I know there's a lot of Paige marks out there. And I'm probably watching the Paige podcast with Stone Cold, rather than watching this review, or you guys are watching it on another date or something. But I don't like Paige. I find her really dull. I find her really boring. I don't find her attractive. I mean, I'm personally not into gothic girls, and I'm not into, like, emo chicks, to be honest with you. So, I mean, if you're into that, more power to you. But that's not my style. That's not how I roll, if you know what I mean. So, Paige, this was basically to promote, blah, 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 blah. She has a podcast with Stone Cold, and I love Stone Cold's podcast. I think it's awesome. I think it's a good time. I even got a shirt that's got Stone Cold skull on it. It's got the headphones on. It says 316 on the. I ordered it. It should be in the mail soon. I'm hoping. Cross my fingers. But yeah. I mean, this was pretty much all. The 2 Divas segments was basically to promote this. I mean, I don't know. It's so funny. We went from Vince to Triple H to Paul Heyman to Paige. Downgrading? No, maybe, yes. Dean Roman, Randy Orton, Randall Keith Orton, Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, the babyfaces, versus Luke Harper, Bray Wyatt, and Sheamus. Babyfaces go over. It was a finisher fest at the end. Just lots of Luke Harper running in and out of the ring. Just a standard 6-man tag match, and the babyfaces go over. Didn't we see a repeat of this like 2 weeks ago? We saw like the same thing, babyfaces go over in the end. And I stood there and I'm like, well, I sat down on this bed. I mean, the bed's pretty comfortable. I really don't like standing to watch a television show, Raw, or play video games or anything among that matter. So I was just looking there. I was like, oh, this is the same crap. And Michael Cole's like, oh, the summer is heating up, everybody. No, they could have done something different. They could have done where everybody's down and it's Wyatt and, Dean or something like that. And Luke Harper's in there. It's the numbers game, or Roman's beating up on Bray Wyatt or something. And then all of a sudden you have the lights go out where Roman's about to win on somebody, or, spear somebody. And then have Leo Kruger or some freaking new member of the Wyatt family come in, and then have the Wyatts have a new member, and you have that question of, like, what is going on? What is going to happen on Raw next week? That piques interest, right? But no. We'll have the babyfaces go over, and once again, Luke Harper and Bray Wyatt lose all of their momentum. Sheamus is completely boring, and we all knew that to begin with. So yeah, I mean, babyfaces are going to go over again at SummerSlam. I'm not, against it. I know what's going to happen. I'm not going to protest to the streets of Brooklyn, New York. I'm not going to go on the Brooklyn Bridge and put up a big sign Wyatt should go over to WWE. I'm not going to go on the Brooklyn Bridge and do that, guys. No. Because we all know what's going to happen. At the end of the day, Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose are going to win. And once again, babyface is going for no reason. No story was built. There was no other... There literally, at this show, was no other freaking story that was just built ahead. There was no Rusev Ziggler. There was no Owens and Cesaro ever, really. There was no Rollins and Cena. There was no Brock and Taker. There was no, Wyatt's and, two-thirds of the Shield. There literally was no build to SummerSlam, and we only had one announced match. And yeah, we know what's kind of going to be the card. It's going to be Ziggler, Rusev, Owens, and Cesaro. Wyatt's and two-thirds of the Shield. And then, you got Brock and Taker. My battery's running low. I better wrap this up quick. I better bring her home. And, we're going to have, I think I said Cena Rollins, and we're going to have, possibly an Intercontinental Championship match. We're going to have the tag title match. We're going to have probably that Stephen Amell versus Stardust crap. So, yeah, we already know, but there's only been one announced match. That's Brock and Taker. This Raw was pointless. It was a struggle to get through. Hopefully next week's not the same, but it really does not matter because I'll be on vacation, so screw Raw. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you sticking around with me for like 17 minutes. I'll leave a link in the description box below to ECW Reign Week 10. This week on Wednesday, I plan on having the WWE DVD collection video posted that's been, really... hyped up. I know a lot of people have been wanting to see that. And also, ECW Reign Week 11 will be on Friday, hopefully. It's going to be a little bit longer. I think it's like 18 minutes long, so check out that. Thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you. Comment down below what you thought about Raw. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video if you like it. If you didn't like it, well, you didn't like it. And all I can say, rest in peace, Hot Rod. And, yeah, thank you for watching. Cover 116.